Today we'll go with inversion of the unilateral Laplace transform. Unilateral Laplace transform. Okay. So let us consider this Laplace transform of certain signal is been coming out as XS Bs by As. So what is this? These Bs and As are the some polynomial. Okay. So this representation is known as representation using partial fraction expansion. Okay. So if we consider this Bs and As are some polynomials, so we can write like this. Then s to the power n plus a n minus 1 s to the power minus 1 plus dot 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 plus a1s plus a naught. Okay, so this Bs and As are the some polynomial. So to find out the inverse transformation, what the conditions we must need to maintain, that this Xs is an improper rational function. If it is an improper rational function, that is, if this order of the numerator is greater than or equal to the order of the denominator, then we can't able to find out the inverse of this Laplace transformation. Okay, so if this m is greater than or is equals to n, then the problem arises, then we can't able to find the inversion of this Laplace transform. So for this case, what we need to do, we need to confirm that this n should always be greater than m. So for this, what we are doing, we are going with the division. We are going with the long division, right? So we are supposed to divide this one by this one. So as a consequence, what will happen? So we can write. So this, if m is greater than n, then we may use long division to express our xs, this xs in the form xs is equals to summation k is equals to 0 to m minus n ck s to the power k plus xs. So where this xs, this new xs is Bs by As. So here what happens, our Bs order is new order of this Bs will be smaller than the order of As. Now we need to find out, this is the result of this division. Okay, so once we will solve some problem, then it will be more easy. So after solving or after doing the division, this is the result and this is the remainder. So this is the new form of the Laplace transform. So here we need to find out the inverse of this one first, then we have to go with this. Okay. So this numerator polynomial Bs, this Bs has order 1 less than the order of the denominator. Obviously this Bs, this new Bs will have the order 1 less than the order of the denominator As. Okay, denominator polynomial Es, and the partial fraction expansion method is used to determine the inverse transform. Okay, next we need to go with the partial fraction method to determine the inverse transform of this xs. Okay, so what we did, starting from this, we have been assumed that this order m is greater than or is equals to, maybe greater than or is equals to n. So for that case, what we need to ensure that our order m should always be less than the order of n. So for that case, first, if this situation arises, then we first need to go with this long division. Then we have to make this order m should be 1 less than the order n. Then this kind of, if this situation arises, then this kind of expression, this is the result of the division, then this is the remainder part. Then we need to go with the inverse Laplace transformation by partial fraction expansion method. After this, Okay. Now given that the impulse and its derivative are 0 at t is equals to 0, so we find the inverse transform of the terms in the sum component s. So we need to find out the inverse transformation of this sum terms also, So how we will find? We need to consider that this sum term, this is the sum term, that is k is equals to 0 to m minus n ck sk. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to use a differentiation property. So if we go with, if you can remember that if we are having an impulse, then if we do the Laplace transformation of that unitary Laplace transform, then it results into unity 1. Okay, we need to use this property as well as we need to use differentiation property. So what was that differentiation property? Last day we have seen. Yes, this is the differentiation property. So if some t is been multiplied, if some yes, this is the property that if we are doing the differentiation in the time domain, then we are supposed to have this s xs minus of x0, right? So if we use this property here, so we can find out something like that. If we take the unilateral Laplace transformation of this, then we are supposed to have k is equals to 0 to m minus n ck sk will result into ck del of k t. Okay, so where this del k of t denotes the kth derivative of the impulse del t. Del k of t denotes the kth derivative of the impulse del t. Okay, so how we are finding? We need to find out the inverse of that. So if you can remember the inverse, if we are having s with us, then how we are getting s? If we have been concerned previously, if we are having unit step, so if we are taking the unilateral Laplace transformation of that, we are supposed to get 1 by s, right? We are supposed to get 1 by s, or if we are having s, then it's supposed to be 1, same, no problem. So if we are having 1, then if we are taking the differentiation of that 1, we are supposed to get impulse, because unit step, if we are having a unit step signal with us, then unit step is the summation of all the impulses, or integration of all the impulses, or impulse is the differentiation of the unit step. So if we are having s, so we need to take the inverse of that, that is 1. If we are taking the inverse of that, that is 1, then it is in the time domain represented as del t. That is what we have written. Clear? So the denominator polynomial as a product of the poles. So our xs, this xs, how we can write this xs? It is the ps by as. So ps can be written as, so in new ps the order will be lesser than 1, lesser than the order of this as, right? So our new xs is, let us consider it is of new form in the ps, that is bpsp plus pp minus 1 s of p minus 1 plus dot plus p1s plus p0 by, now we are finding the roots of this denominator. So let us consider the roots are, all the roots from k is equals to 1 to n s minus of dk. So this p, this order p where P is less than n. Previously what we have seen, this M is greater than n. Now after division, what we have transformed, we have taken, or we have been found that this order of the numerator becomes less than the order of the denominator. Now if all the poles dk of this denominator are distinct, if all the poles of this dk are distinct, then using a partial fraction expansion we can find out, or we can rewrite this whole of this excess. How? If this one is, means let us consider it is d1, d2, d3, d4 like this. So what we can write? We can do the partial fraction on that. We can take out the summation of 1 by 1 root like this. If you can remember that if we are having a function fx where we supposed to have, let us consider 5 on this, then x plus 2 and x plus 3. So we can factorize this one. We can factorize this one like this, like 1 by x plus 3 plus 1 by x plus 2, most probably, right? It will be minus. If we consider it is minus, then we can write like this, right? It will be 2, it will be 3, right? So in this way, easily, if all the decays are different, then easily we do the partial fraction. We can easily find out the partial fraction on that. So if that is what it is saying, that if all the poles dk are distinct, all the poles this dk are distinct, then using partial fraction expansion, this excess, this new excess can be written as summation of k is equals to 1 to n. We can go up to the order, means up to the maximum numbers of poles, because this order of this denominator will give you the number of poles in the Laplace transform. So we can go with starting from 1 up to this n. We can go with that. A constant, a new constant will come. Let us consider that one will be ak s minus of dk. Like this, we can able to factorize our partial fraction. We can take the partial fraction of this xs. Now here this ak are determined using the method of residues. If you can remember on mathematics, that we can find out this ak by doing the method of residues, or by solving a system of linear equations. We can easily find out this ak. So the inverse Laplace transform of each term of this summation can be found out like this. So once we are having this one, we can easily find out the inverse of that. How? This constant, if we take this one as our Laplace transform, so we need to find out the inverse, that is the time domain signal. So how we'll find? So if we take the inverse Laplace transform of this, let us consider this unilateral one. So if you can remember, this constant will come. So this s minus s naught, if s minus s naught is coming in the Laplace transformation, it is due to some exponential term in the time domain. Due to some exponential term in the time domain. This one. This exponential term in the time domain will result into some shifting in the s domain. So as well as we are getting some shifting in the s domain, so obviously an exponential term will come. So that exponential term will be e to the power dkt. Now a constant part is already there, ak. So it is 1 by s. 1 by s is due to the unit step, that is of ut, right? So if we are having this time domain signal, then if we do the Laplace transformation, then we are supposed to get this Laplace transform in the s domain. So in this way, if a pole di is repeated at times, let us consider number of times they are repeating. If a pole di, let us consider it is di, is repeated r times, then there are terms in the partial fraction expansion. There are terms in the partial fraction expansion. So how these terms will be there? Like this: ai1 by s minus di, then ai2 s minus di square, like this, up to air s minus di whole to the power r. So this inverse Laplace transform of each term can be found out. How we can find? Like this: a t to the power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial e to the power dkt ut, if is there, then if we take the unilateral Laplace transform, then we supposed to get a s minus dk whole to the power n. So what is there? Some t is been multiplied in the time domain signal. When t is multiplied in the time domain signal, we are supposed to take the differentiation. So if we take the differentiation, then square, cube, fourth order, fifth order, in this we come. So it will be depending upon the n, the value of n. So if it is 2, t square is there, then cube will come in the s domain. If it is cube, then order 4 will come in the s domain, and this exponential term in the time domain introducing your s domain shifting. Okay, so let us solve a problem regarding that. So what we did basically, starting from beginning from this part, so what we have been considered that we already have a Laplace transformation with us. On that, the numerator polynomial and denominator polynomial order are different. So different in the means that the order of the numerator polynomial is greater than the order of the denominator polynomial. So for that case, what we need to do? We need to go with the long division to decrease the order of the numerator polynomial. So for that case, we have been divided and we are getting this result, and this is the remainder part. So we need to find out the inverse Laplace transformation of this as well as this. So let us go with this one first. So if we are having this inverse Laplace transformation, so we are getting like this. So if you are having s, so s is due to the unit step. S is due to the unit step. So for that unit step, we need to consider the differentiation. We need to consider the differentiation. So differentiation of that impulse unit step results into the impulse function. Differentiation of that unit step results into the impulse function. So for this case, we have been already get the inverse of that. Now rest of the part we need to take the partial fraction expansion for this. So for partial fraction expansion, if we are having the different poles, so depending upon those poles, we can easily find out the inverse of that. Now if the poles are repeated, then repetition will considered as an square or cube or like this in the time domain signal. So let us solve a problem regarding that. So an XS, a XS is given like this: 3s plus 4 by s plus 1 into s plus 2 whole square. So what is our first task? We need to see that whether the order of the numerator polynomial is greater than the denominator polynomial or not. If it is greater than, then we need to go with the long division and we have to decrease the order of the numerator polynomial. But for this case, it is square, it is cube. 1s, 2s, then it is cube, and it is only single s. So no need to go with the division. It satisfies the condition that our numerator order is less than the denominator order. No problem. So first we will go with the partial fraction expansion. So once we have been checked and it has been satisfied, then we will go with the second step. Second step is partial fraction expansion. Partial fraction expansion. So how we can write? XS, it is by the method of residues or solving the linear equations. So we can write like this. So this one is the first, so s plus 1 will come, then plus this s plus 2 square. So we need to write 2 times because it is coming r times repetition. So r time repetition means we need to go with the rth order. So here it is repeated twice. So first is s plus 2, then the second one is s plus 2 whole square. So what are the constant? Let us write this constant is a1, a2 and a3. But we need to find out the value of this a1, a2, a3 depending upon this numerator. So how we need to find? We can find out this one by method of residues, right? So if we take this one, just try to find out this a1, a2 and a3, because we need to consider 3s plus 4. We need to find out 3s plus 4 in the numerator. So if you take the LCM, then we are supposed to get this one. Then what are the terms will come here? What are the terms will come here? Then according to that we need to find out this a1, a2 and a3. Okay. So if you take this one is coming as 1 by s plus 1 minus of, it becomes minus of 1 by s plus 2, then plus 2 is coming here, s plus 2 whole square. Now if we do the simplification, we are supposed to get this expression. We are supposed to get this expression. So we need to take the LCM, then we need to do the simplification, then we are supposed to get this 3s plus 4 in the numerator. Now what we need to do, we need to find the inverse Laplace transform of each term in the partial fraction expansion. So this first one, it is located at s equals to minus 1. So for this, it is here shifting is by plus 1. So e to the power minus t will come, and it is due to the unit step. So for this we can write e to the power minus t ut. How? Because here the shifting is positive, so obviously e to the power exponential term which is supposed to come in the time domain signal will be negative. Then here e to the power minus 2t u of t, but here the square is there. So due to how this square has been coming, it is due to the t, due to a t in the time domain signal, this t. So when t is been multiplied in the time domain signal, then we are supposed to get the differentiation in the s domain. So if differentiation is included, so obviously square cube like this it will come. So here one constant is there 2, then this square, then we are supposed to get n minus 1. We are supposed to get t to the power n minus 1. If n is there, then we are supposed to get t to the power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial. So n minus 1 factorial is 1, 1 factorial is 1. So t, then e to the power minus 2t ut. So this is the inverse of this expression of this Laplace transform. Now second problem is given as xs is equals to 2s cube minus 9s square plus 4s plus 10. Only the main thing is that you need to find out the proper partial expansion, partial fraction expansion. Once you have been got the proper one, then easily you can able to apply the inverse Laplace transform. Then once you have been getting that one, then there is no problem. Okay. So second problem is that this one in the numerator, denominator is s square minus 3s minus 4. So what is our first check? Our first check is that our numerator order must be lesser than the denominator order. If it is not lesser than, then we need to go with the long division. We need to go with the long division. Okay. So if we have been dividing this one by this, then we are supposed to get xs. We are supposed to get, so dividing this one, we are supposed to get 2s minus 3 plus 3s minus 2 by s square minus 3s minus 4. Okay, so this is the, now our modified xs, here the order of this numerator is less than the order of the denominator. Now we easily can go with the partial fraction expansion. Okay, so next step we need to do the partial fraction expansion for this. So how we supposed to write? We need to find out the roots of this. So the roots have been coming as 3s minus 2. One is s plus 1 and there is s minus 4. These are the two roots. So we can write 2s minus 3 plus 1 is s plus 1, then another is s plus 4. Then we need to find out 3s minus 2. 3s minus 2. Okay, so if we have been taking this one here, so s plus 4 will come. If we take the LCM, then s plus 4, then that's supposed to be 1, this supposed to be 2. So 2s, 1s will come, then 2, it is s minus 4, it is not s plus 4, it is s minus 4. Yes, now it will be 2s plus 1, then it is 4 minus 2, it is minus 2, right? So next we need to find out the inverse of this. Inverse like this, xt is equals to, so here s is there, so what we have seen earlier, sk will leads to the del kt. So 2 is there, del of 1 t. So this 1 is means first order derivative, kth order derivative. If k was there, then k order derivative, so it is first order derivative. Then 3 will be simply a del t, as it is unit step 3 into 1, so it will be a simple impulse. Then for this, that will be e to the power minus t ut, then plus 2 e to the power minus 4t ut. So as it is minus, so it will be plus 4t ut. So this is the result. Okay, so in this way you just solve another problem. xs is given as minus of 5s minus 7 by s plus 1, then s minus 1, then s plus 2. So here no problem, first check it is correct, first check approved, because here numerator polynomial order is lesser than the denominator polynomial order. So first we need to go with the partial fraction expansion. One is s plus 1, then another is s minus 1, then another is s plus 2. Correct? Let us write it is a1, a2, it is a3. Fine. So let us take it is plus, it is plus. So if we go with this, so this one will coming as s plus 1, s minus 1, s plus 2. So this one will become a1 into s minus 1 into s plus 2, plus a2 will become s plus 1 into s plus 2, plus a3 will become s plus 1, s minus 1, that is s square minus 1. Okay, so what we can do, we can take this one is equals to this one. So here we can take a1 into s square plus s minus 2, right? S square, it is 2s, right? Then a2 into s square, it is 3s plus 2, plus a3 into s square minus 1, which is supposed to be is equals to minus 5s minus 7. right, which is supposed to be same. So we need to find out this constant a1, a2 and a3. So if we more simplify this one, then if you take the, here the coefficient of s is there, that is -5, and constant is there, but s square coefficient is 0. So what are the coefficients we can find out for this s square? Then that's supposed to be equated with 0. So s square coefficients are a1 plus a2 plus a3, which is equals to 0, because this side s square is absent. This side s square is absent. Now we need to take the coefficients of s. So s coefficients are here a1, this one is a1, then 3a2, here 3a2, then here s square coefficient is, sorry, s coefficient is 0, plus 0 is equals to -5. Then constant coefficient we need to consider. First is -2a1, then it is plus 2a2, then it is -a3, which is equals to -7, right? So we need to do the simplification and try to find out the a1, a2 and a3. So if you take this one and this one, yes, -7. So if you take this one and this one, so a3 will get cancelled. Then we supposed to have, if you take this one and this one, then a3 will get cancelled. Then we supposed to have minus of a1, then 3 of a2 is equals to minus of 7, right? Then another one is there, which is a1 plus 3 of a2 is equals to -5. So if you take the addition, then this one will become, this one will get cancelled. 6 of a2 is equals to minus of 12. So a2 is coming as -2. So if a2 is coming as -2, so from this equation, so we can able to find a1 -2 is -6, -6. This side if it is go +6, then a1 is equals to 1, right? -6, if it is go this side +6, 1, right? So a1, a2 we got. Then we need to find out this a3. So a1 is coming as 1, a2 is -2, so it is a3 is also 1, right? If we put -2, then 1 minus 1, then a3 is 1, and our a2 is -2, right? So we got the constant. So let us write this one: 1 by s plus 1 minus 2 by s minus 1, then 1 by s plus 2. So our xs is 1 by s plus 1, then minus 2 by s minus 1, then 1 by s plus 2. So once we got this partial fraction expansion, we can easily find out our xt. So what will be our xt? E to the power minus t ut, then minus 2 e to the power t ut, then e to the power minus 2t ut. Fine. So this is our result. So you just try with another problem. I'm just giving this one to you. xs is s by s square plus 5s plus 6. This is one. Another one is xs is s square plus s minus 3 by s square plus 3s plus 2. Okay, so here it is equal. Again you need to go with the long division. Now in the same problem, inverse Laplace transformation, if the poles are of complex conjugate, if poles become complex conjugate, for complex conjugate poles, for that case what will happen? How we need to find out this xs? So it is given as 4s square plus 6 by s cube plus s square minus 2. Okay, so as it is the order of 3, so obviously there are 3 poles. There are 3 poles, right? So how we can find? If you do the we need to find out the root of this. So if we expand this one, 4s square plus 6, one is coming as s minus 1, then another part of this it is s square plus 2s plus 2, right? So for this case, how we can find out for this? We need to find out the roots of this s square plus 2s plus 2. So if it is 1, then it's supposed to be s plus 1 whole square plus 1. So for that case, what we can need? So this one can be written as a1 by s minus 1. So if this kind of roots are there, complex conjugate roots are there, then we need to write this one as b1s plus b2. We need to consider one s there, s plus 1 whole square plus 1. Okay, so for that case we need to write b1s. Previously we are simply writing a1, a2, a3. Now we need to write some constant, first order of this s plus some constant. It is, for this one, it is obviously a complex conjugate pole. For this, if we need to find out the roots, it is complex conjugate. So for that case we need to write b1s plus b2. So the expansion coefficient a is easily obtained. We can easily obtain. We multiply, for that case we multiply both sides with this s minus 1, then we can able to find out a is equals to 2. This a is equals to 2. So for the remaining expansion coefficient b1 b2, they have been obtained by placing both terms on the right hand side of this equation. So how we can find out? Let us consider, we need to take this one as, I am just writing this one. So from this we can easily find out this a is at s is equals to 1, we are supposed to get this pole. So if we put s is equals to 1, if we put s is equals to 1 here, this one is coming as check. Now let us consider multiplying for this xs, multiplying both side by s minus 1. So if we multiply both side by s minus 1, then yes, ये सबका प्रॉब्लम है कि सिर्फ तुम्हारा प्रॉब्लम है? बाकी किसी का ऐसा एक मिनट, बाकी किसी के साथ ये प्रॉब्लम है? बाकी किसी का सेम प्रॉब्लम है? बाकी किसी का तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। मेरे यहाँ पे तो चल रहा है। ठीक है, अभी चल रहा है। ठीक है, कंटिन्यू करो। अभी ऑडियो क्लियर है? ठीक है, चलो अभी क्लियर करते हैं। ठीक है, अगर if we are be multiplying by both side of this axis by s minus 1, then what we supposed to get? We supposed to get this and evaluate at s is equals to 1. so इसके बाद हम लोग क्या मिलेंगे यहाँ पे? a1 is equals to xs into s minus 1 at s is equals to 1. so जो xs है जो है वो है हम लोग का 4s square plus 6 by s plus 1 whole square plus 1 at s is equals to 1. so यहाँ पे अगर हम लोग s is equals to 1 पुट करते हैं तो हमें यहाँ पे मिलता है 2. so हमने क्या किया? यहाँ पे बोथ साइड में s माइनस 1 से मल्टीप्लाई किया. तो s माइनस 1 से मल्टीप्लाई करने से एट s इज इक्वल्स टू 1, अगर हम लोग s इज इक्वल्स टू s का वैल्यू 1 लेते हैं तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है? देखो, ये जो हमारा एक्सेस है यहाँ पे हमने s माइनस 1 से मल्टीप्लाई करते, तो यहाँ पे हम लोग का a1 आ गया. a1, हाँ मान लो a1. ये जो प्रॉब्लम है, ओके. इसके बाद अभी वीडियो क्लियर है तुम लोग का या फिर वीडियो में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है? ठीक है, ठीक. एक काम करते हैं, आज यहाँ तक स्टॉप कर दे, क्योंकि सबका क्लियर आ रहा है कि नहीं? वीडियो क्लियर आ रहा है या किसी का प्रॉब्लम है कुछ? हर दिन किसी का